Welcome back to another video. In this video, we will be multiplying a 2 by 2 matrix by its inverse. So let's jump right in. It says given that the matrix A is equal to 1, 2, 2, 5, find A inverse. Now, in our previous video, we know that in order for us to find A inverse, we are going to say it's 1 over the determinant divided by the determinant of A times the adjoint of A. Okay, now so please refer back to the previous videos to see how we find the determinant of a matrix and the adjoint of a matrix again. But A inverse is equal to 1 over the determinant. Again, in order for us to find the determinant of A, it's a product of the leading diagonal minus the product of the non-leading diagonal. Okay, so we're going to have 1 times 5 minus 2 times 2 multiplied by the adjoint of E. What is the adjoint of A? Again, we interchange the products of the leading diagonal. So the products of the leading diagonal are 1 and 5. So we interchange those. So we have 5, 1. And then we are going to give these the opposite sign. So if they were positive, they become negative. And if they were negative, they become positive. So this positive 2 will become negative 2. And this positive 2 will also become negative 2. So let's simplify this. Okay, so that is the same as saying 1 divided by 1 times 5 will give you 5, and 2 times 2 will give you 4. So therefore we have 5 minus 4 times 5 negative 2 negative 2 1. Okay, so therefore 1 over 5 minus 4 is 1, so 1 over 1, this will lead to 1 over 1 multiplied by 5 negative 2 negative 2 1, and which is the same as saying 5 negative 2 negative 2 1. And here we have found the inverse of A. So what we are going to do in the next question, then having found the inverse of A, what we are now going to do, we are going to evaluate the product of A times its inverse. So just so reminder, A is equal to 1, 2, 2, 5, and A inverse is equal to 5 negative 2 negative 2 1. So that's A inverse. So what we are now going to do, we are going to find A. We are going to multiply A times its inverse. As at the end of this video, there's a concept that I would like for you to learn, and I hope that you will be able to recognize it as we move along. So we have 1, 2, 2, 5 multiply by 5 negative 2 negative 2 1. Okay, so whenever we are multiplying matrices, 2 by 2 matrix, or any matrix, is the product of the first, the rows of the first multiplied by the columns of the second. So again, it's the rows of the first multiplied by the columns of the second. Okay, so first row, first column. So the elements that are going to go in this first position is first row multiplied by first column. So it becomes 1 times 5 plus 2 times negative 2. All right, so we are finished with the first row, first column. then still using the first row, second column. So the elements at the second element at the top here is going to be first row, second column. So it's going to be 1 times -2 plus 2 times 1. Okay, so now we are done with the first row. So let's go to the second row now. So it's second row, first column. So the elements that come in this position is second row, first column. Okay, so it's going to be 2 times 5 plus 5 times -2. And then we are finished with first row, second row, first column. Now, so we are going to move to second row, second column. So the elements that come here, it's second row, second column. So we have 2 times -2 plus 5 times 1. So second row, second column. Okay, I hope you are understanding that. If you'd like me to do a video on multiplication of 2 by 2 matrix, please leave a comment in the in the comment section below. All right, so let's simplify that. So let's go now. So 1 times 5 will give you 5. 2 times -2 will give you -4. So here we're going to have a -4, because remember now, if we have plus and a negative following each other like that, the answer is going to be negative. So hence the reason I could just simply put a negative sign here. Now here we have 1 times -2 will give you -2, and 2 times plus 2 times 1 will give you 2. Right, that plus better than that. And down in this other area here, in this other position here, we have 2 5s will give you 10. And again, 5 times -2 will give you -10. And the same concept applies. We're going to have a plus followed by a minus sign, so I can just simply write a minus sign here. Okay, following this concept that we have here. Okay, and again, so it would be positive 10 plus -10, and that is the same as saying 10 minus 10. Okay, I hope we have learned that concept before. All right, at the second position here, we have 2 times -2 will give you -4 plus 5. So let's simplify this. So 5 minus 4 will give us 1. -2 plus 2 will give us 0. And 10 minus 10 will give us 0 again. And -4 plus 5 will give us 1. So here we have this matrix here. We call that the identity matrix. Identity matrix. All right, so what have we learned here? We have learned that when you multiply a matrix by its inverse, it is going to give you the identity matrix. How you know it is an identity matrix? We have ones in the position of the leading diagonal, and then we have zeros everywhere else. So the position of the leading diagonal, we have 1 and then 0 everywhere else. Okay, and now so that's the identity matrix. So remember now, when we multiply a matrix by its inverse, then we are going to get the identity matrix. So let's write that. A times A inverse. So when we multiply A times A inverse, it's going to be equal to 1, 0, 0, 1, which is the identity matrix. So I would like to matrix. Okay, now I purposefully did not say when a 2 by 2 matrix is multiplied by its inverse, the result will be the identity matrix, because it could be a 3 by 3 matrix, it could be a 4 by 4 matrix. Just remember, once we can find the inverse of a matrix and we can multiply that matrix by its inverse, then we are always going to get the identity matrix. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Hope you have learned something. Please again remember to like, share and comment on this video so that I can continue to work to improve, so that you too will also continue to learn. All right, have a great and wonderful day. Be blessed.